Why do you assume all Muslim women are conservative virginal souls? And I am, if my mom's watching.
Mostly because of what the religion teaches, which would be the first and most obvious reason why you would think that about someone.
Yeah, I would hope that even if your mom's not watching, I would hope so, unless you're married, because that's a thing.
Isn't that how you're all supposed to portray yourself? I mean, aren't we supposed to be practicing these things? If they're part of, like the tenets of your faith and everything, then you should actually be practicing that if you do call yourself a Muslim.
I mean, technically the purpose of the hijab and the niqab and the burqa are to protect the virginity and dignity of women. So,
You'd think they would try to follow those things that the religion says. I would just assume that, because you want to assume the good of a person, until proven otherwise. And so if I just met that woman, I wouldn't assume that she wasn't, if she told me she was a devout Muslim. I would assume that she's trying really hard to be according to those standards of her religion, just like I am in Catholicism.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that all Muslim women are conservative virginal souls. Definitely it seems like they grow up very strict. It seems, some of them, and that way it would be more reasonable to think that they're, as this woman explains. I don't know, it's just obviously this person is not really following, I think, the religion, totally.
But no, I don't assume all Muslim women are conservative virginal souls, because it would be ridiculous to think that the entire religious population would follow what their religion teaches. That doesn't even happen in Catholicism. And I don't think that, just as on a real talk level, I don't think that this mentality of if my mom is watching is exclusive to Islam. It definitely penetrates our faith as well.
I think that's one of the things we don't understand, and we collectively as the United States, as well as the Catholics who are watching, we're only exposed to women who are Muslim in the hijab. In the typical stereotypical thing is that they're very oppressed and that they can only do certain things, they can only be associated with certain people. But that's where we're wrong, because Muslim is not restricted to the states in which are run by the Muslim religion. Any person, they're the same as we are, we're all human. And so that's another stereotype that we have to break.
Why do you expect every Muslim woman to wear a headscarf? Does every Catholic woman dress like a nun? Does every Jewish man wear a yarmulke? Does every Shrek wear a tunic?
Every Shrek? Are they talking about the ogre? They are. I love analogies.
Okay, I can see that, where people probably ask her all the time, hey, if you're Muslim, why aren't you wearing the whole garb?
I guess as far as I understood, it was something that is required in a lot of Muslim communities. Now, maybe some are more extreme on it, maybe some are not as extreme on it. I don't know.
Does every Catholic woman dress like a nun? No, but that's because not every Catholic woman is a nun, right?
With Catholics and stuff, we don't have a particular dress code of any sorts, except if we take certain vows that set us apart from the rest of society, with a vow of poverty, virginity, and service to the church as a nun or a priest in that sense.
It's just a lot of expectations. We're only exposed to the radical extremist side, that all women are supposed to do this, all men are supposed to act in this way, and these are their values, and this is how they live, and this is very restrictive. But how the religion and its values are played out is different culturally. Like if you go to the Philippines and you go to a Catholic Mass, there are different things going on there. If you go to Rome and you go to a Catholic Mass, there are different things going on there. It's the same belief, it's just how it's carried out culturally. There are a lot of cultural differences.
I don't expect every Muslim woman to wear a headscarf, but that's just because in our American culture that doesn't happen. If someone was in the desert not wearing a headscarf, I'd be like, hey, why are you not wearing a headscarf? That's dangerous.
Are you really scared that we're gonna take over America with Sharia law? I can barely wake up for Fajr, let alone wage a holy war.
Waking up for Fajr is like the early morning prayer?
I don't know, I just met you. I'm sorry, I don't know, but things are happening around the world.
Yeah, I don't think that every Muslim's like that. There's different sects of Muslims, so obviously I know better.
No, I'm not scared that every Muslim is going to take over America, but there are certain Muslim groups who have definitely said they want to, and that's like, that should be concerning.
If I was scared, which to a certain extent, there's a natural fear behind it with everything that's popping up in the media, Facebook and everything about like ISIS and extreme Islam. I would be a little bit scared of that, but all of Islam? No, I'm not scared that all Muslims are going to take over America. That's just stupid.
From what I hear about Sharia law is that it wants to go out, convert people, bring people into the religion, just like Catholicism is a religion that is wanting to go out, bring people into itself because it believes it is the truth. But then people get scared because lately people in the Middle East, and then even in America, like maybe the Boston Marathon or shootings, there have been people with Muslim extremist views who have taken a violent approach to bringing people into their religion, where if you don't believe it, I'm sorry, you gotta go. And so that's a very scary thing. And I don't know who's an extremist and who is not. I mean, everybody is innocent until proven guilty, and we all have to remember that. But it's just a very touchy time right now when so many events are happening that have to do with extremism, and people really just don't know, and they're in a lot of fear. But I'm sure when people get to know a Muslim and find out they're not one of the extremist view, they are a wonderful person to know, and they shouldn't be subject to that label of extremism once they've obviously done nothing wrong and aren't planning to do anything wrong.
It just means that there needs to be more dialogue and talking with each other and explaining what each side believes, and then going at it from there and being willing to listen to each other and change your beliefs if you realize you're wrong.
Fun fact, when I was in high school and I had to write this paper to graduate, and it took me a long time, I started writing my argumentative essay or something about how Sharia law and the United States Constitution are not compatible. But then as I continued writing it, I found out this actually isn't a threat. So it went from they're not compatible to this isn't actually a big deal. People are blowing up things based on all of these different misconceptions, and the people who are extremists who are throwing the entire Sharia law under the bus because of the way that they refuse to acknowledge the government laws and say that this is more important than this. And it's more like you have your religion and you give to God what is due God, but you also give Caesar what is due to Caesar.
I'm just pretty libertarian, and I think you guys should come over here and live, and you want to practice your religion, that's great. I'll practice mine, you practice yours, let's not fight with each other. I can live here and be a good Catholic, and you can live next door to me and be a good Muslim, and next to you can live that gay couple who wants to be gay, and then we can kind of get along. That's probably not going to get me a lot of points with the really conservative Catholic people in the comm box, but I don't think the Muslims are out to get us. I think a lot of the ones that are here just want to escape from the extremism and want to make lives for themselves the same as everyone else. Get married, have babies, have jobs, occasionally eat some really good halal chocolate.
You really think I want to donate 2.5% of my income to charity? Nah, that's hella McChickens.
Hella McChickens, that's great.
Can I be my catchphrase? That's hella McChickens!
If you wanted to convince anybody of your position ever, I'm not saying that's what you were trying to do with this video, but if you did, that's not what you wanted to say. It's a very natural thing for us to have the desire to help others. It's an element of goodness that God has created in our souls. Even if this is a joke, I don't think that's something to joke about. You should want to help people. You should want to donate to charities. It comes across as very, very selfish.
Yeah, no, the 2% of your income is I don't know if you guys know this, but you probably do, it's compounded. So it's whatever your net income is, your net worth is 2.5% of that. So it's not just tithing your income, 10% of everything you earn. If you have $10,000 in scholarship, 2.5 of that goes to buying McChickens. That is hella McChickens. So yeah, no, I definitely understand why you wouldn't want to do that, because that's crazy. Then again, if you don't want to, you definitely shouldn't be a part of a religion that requires it.
McChickens aren't really that good anyways. Why would you want McChickens? It's dumb.
What is the secret ingredient in Church's chicken? It's so good.
What's Church's chicken? I don't know.
I think one of the ingredients is chicken. Start there.
What is the secret ingredient in church? I don't know, man. I mean, you should just buy McChickens like the other girl did.
I wouldn't call it Church's chicken, because if we were to have a gathering and food, it's someone who made that home cooked chicken and then brought it to church. So I wouldn't refer to it as Church's chicken. I would just refer to it as, oh, this person made this. So what is the secret ingredient in Church's chicken? I don't know. The church is filled with goodness, so anything that comes from the church will be good.
It's called the love of God. No, it actually isn't. Sorry guys, it's actually bacon.
We just have really great fryers.
how can I hang out with the new Pope? Because he is dope.
Go to the Vatican? I don't know.
I don't know. Try to find out what his travel schedule is. Like, oh, he's gonna be going here in some time. I'm sure, like, we knew at least a year ahead of time that the Pope was gonna come to Philadelphia. So we're like, okay, book our tickets, plan the trip, get a bus. Just gotta be where he's gonna be.
Maybe just, call him up, say, hey, what's up? I saw you at World Youth Day, can we hang? Yeah, but he is pretty cool, so I feel you on a spiritual level right there.
I wonder why she likes the Pope. I'd just be curious to find out what she likes that he says or thinks. Not, why do you like the Pope? I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those people, like, instead of contest, like, she likes the Pope.
Yeah, so again, I think that a lot of these Muslims are more on the liberal side, and a lot of people see the Pope as being more on the liberal side when really he's not. I think he's more moderate, personally, so that's why they'd probably think he's dope. And then it rhymes with Pope.
I love the little nod to the Pope at the end, because we know it's not done out of respect for the faith, right? It's definitely done out of some he's with us. I don't know. That's just the air that I get from popular media now about the Pope. I hope that she's saying okay, I want to be in the same room as this Christian because I see him as the archetype or what Christianity should be. And if that's what she's saying, absolutely. I don't want it to be that she's trying to paint the Pope as some liberal BuzzFeed, progressive with what have you. But that could be it. I don't want it to be.
See, I think I counted 3 times these people mentioned Catholicism, and they're supposed to be talking about Muslims. If this isn't proof that the truth of Catholicism is just inside at everybody's deepest level, I don't know what it is. I mean, they mentioned Catholicism almost as much as they mentioned Islam. So